Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
But who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Can you dig it in this sucker?
Can you dig it, suckers? How you doing, fight fans? DJ Boxing Live here with another one, the last of this trilogy. AJ, Anthony Joshua against SOG Andre Ward. Ward has hinted he wants to fight, or should I say, Virgil Hunter has hinted that they want to face Anthony Joshua in the heavyweight match, and Anthony Joshua is considered the #1 heavyweight in the world. So let's talk about the matchup and how you think it will play out. So we're gonna talk about it now. So yeah, man, like some people think this is a mad matchup, wouldn't happen, but you know, back in history, a lot of light heavyweights have challenged for the heavyweight title. Bob Foster, no, what's his name again? Not Bob Foster. Bob Fitzsimmons challenged the heavyweight and beat gentleman Jim Corbett, and Michael Spinks challenged against Larry Holmes and beat him. So it's happened in history, not many. And Roy Jones, like at the time he was the light heavyweight champion. He wasn't a linear, but he was considered as the #1 light heavyweight in the world. Challenged up against Joe Maurice and beat him. So it has happened, and you know, things do happen. And Andre Ward, we're gonna look at the height and reach and stuff like that, and trying to see how it work out, man. So bear with me, guys, as we get through this, man. It is over here, 3, nearly 4 in the morning, and I was looking to do this earlier actually. So what we're gonna do this now and try and put energy in it, because right now this is the hottest topic. Andre has put it out. I said out, you know, maybe a heavyweight, and Virgil said, yeah, we will face Anthony Joshua. So let's see how it fare up in terms of their height and reach and all that. So we're gonna start with Anthony Joshua. AJ Anthony Joshua with 19 wins with 19 KOs. So that's 100% KOs, even more feared than Sergey Kovalev coming into the fight. His knockout percentage is pretty high, you know. Sergey Kovalev's knockout percentage, let me see, for Ward, like kind of derailed it. It was pretty good. So previously, before he fought Ward, he was on 28 KOs with 26 knockouts. That's pretty high. It's pretty high knockout ratio coming in. But again, it's about the opponents, and it's always going to be about who you fought. And Anthony Joshua is 27 years of age. He stands at 6'6", reach of 82. That goes into 280 centimeters towards 71. That's 80 centimeters. So he has a really good, even 10-inch reach advantage against Ward, and he'll be the tallest guy Ward will be facing. Standing at 6'6", Ward is 6 foot flat. Obviously, he's younger as well. Out of all the opponents, he's the youngest. Triple G is the oldest. Usyk would be the second. Usyk, even though Ward he's only a couple of years younger than Ward, so he's at 30. Was it 30? Let me see. I can't remember Usyk, but anyway, I can't remember. But definitely, Anthony Joshua's the youngest one and a heavyweight. The only thing is, yeah, on his resume, Anthony Joshua's, you know, he hasn't fought that many, same as Usyk with 90 wins, so he's quite very young. As amateurs, he went gold medal in the Olympics as Andre Ward, so that's pretty good as well. And I forgot Triple G actually a gold medalist in the Olympics as well. Done pretty well in the Olympics as well. But as a pro, the names on his list, yeah, he's got, and I don't know if people know about this, like ever since he fought Gary Cornish, is a big guy, a big 6'7" guy. He was undefeated. So was Dillian White, was undefeated coming into that. Charles Martin was undefeated. Dominic Brazil was undefeated. Eric Molina, I don't think Eric Molina was undefeated coming into that fight. No, I believe he wasn't. And Vladimir Klitschko definitely wasn't. But Vladimir Klitschko was considered the #1 guy, even though he lost to Tyson Fury in points. But he hasn't been stopped in over a decade, and Joshua was the man to stop him. even coming off the deck to do that. So it was an impressive win, and I'm sure he learned a lot from that. If they was to match up, it would be very interesting. Like I said, Ward again, resume is much tighter ever since he entered the Super Six, which in 2009. He's been fighting steady, good competition, steady, always elite competition from Ellis Marino was pretty good, but definitely from Miguel Kessler, elite, and Arthur Abrams was good. You know, he was a long reigning middleweight champion. Carl Froch again, you obviously know about Carl Froch. Chad Dawson was very good light heavyweight champion, and Gorritos. But Sergey Kovalev was definitely a serious threat, and Andre Ward that way. So it's showing that power Andre Ward can do it, but could he deal with power and someone who's faster and younger as well? Andre is getting on in the age at 33. You know, how would he fare against that, man? This is again. I got to pick AJ, bro. Like, I don't know, man. What's Miguel saying? This pushing it too far. Ward fighting in a heavyweight would surprise me. Floyd would. Do you think? Yeah, but it's what I'm saying. Ward, unlike Floyd, Ward is willing to go there, man. He's willing to go. He ain't trying to shy away from these opponents, man. He's actually embracing it, like, and that's that. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, your name up there. You know, I know some people don't talk about Corey Spinks, but to me, Corey Spinks was impressive, man. He started out well, went all the way up to beat fight Jimmy Taylor. He done pretty well. Some people thought he believed to beat him, but no one really talks about it. But everything's about winning, baby. Alexander Usyk is 30 years of age. That Ward was 33, so yeah. So these are all the guys, Triple G, Alexander Usyk, and Anthony Joshua that be the icing on the cake to face Anthony Joshua in the ring. Boy, Anthony Joshua's all got knockouts, man. He's more feared than Triple G, bro. Let me say that. But Triple G and Kovalev was bad as well, but Big AJ, could Ward even dent him with any shots? You know, could he hurt him? I suppose he can, you know. I suppose he can speed his power, and he'd definitely be faster. Anything's possible. Anything's possible in boxing. But most people, observers, believe that Ward couldn't do it. But no people didn't believe that he was going to face Kovalev and beat Kovalev and stop Kovalev. No one believed that, regardless of how the low blows, whatever. He stopped him, and in Super 6 he was the underdog. You know, he was supposed to be Kessler and Carl Froch probably in the final or something like that. You know, Abraham's one of them guys there. So Ward's always been the underdog in his career, and he'd be the underdog again in this fight, standing at 6 foot, and he drops at 6'6". 10-inch reach advantage for Joshua, younger. Boy, get all the credit in the world. Like, if he was to, all the credit in the world if he was to beat someone like Anthony Joshua. I don't see how he'd do it, but you know, because you know, to beat Anthony Joshua, you have to hurt him. I don't know if Ward could hurt him, but to be those people before, Ward didn't have much punching chance against Sergey Kovalev, and he hurt him. His timing. See, I understand about punch power, but there's timing as well. Like, he timed him beautifully. But Joshua will be facing someone really fast, probably the fastest opponent he ever faced in the ring. So they'd have to try and keep him. But you know, if he can keep his reach advantage, but we're saying about Klitschko, because Klitschko had a reach advantage against Joshua. Joshua had a reach advantage actually. But Joshua likes to fight inside. He likes to mix up inside. I don't know. If that happened, man, I'm gonna go with AJ and Joshua. If that fight was to happen, it'd be a fight that everyone will be watching, but maybe anyone would think that Ward could even go 5 rounds. If he could go 5 rounds, Joshua, just get him in for 5 rounds, people will be surprised. So let's see what happens if it happens, man. But these are the guys, people say they should fight Jonathan Wilder. I said it's a bit more harder because his reach is really long, and he hits really hard. Joseph Parker, again, what's the point? If you're going to challenge the heavyweight, you might as well go for the best. See, so Roy Jones, when Roy Jones chasing John Reese, like, she didn't matter when this went for Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis would have lost the fight, Roy Jones, man. Roy Jones should have just went for Lennox Lewis. He should have started, you know, why they go? He wanted to fight Mike Tyson, though. Roy Jones, he wanted to fight Mike Tyson. So James Tony fought Evander Holyfield, and then he beat John Maurice. But everyone knows Lennox Lewis was the guy at the time, so they should have went for Lennox Lewis. But Ward is not looking to take ducking or dodging nobody, so he'll be going for the very best at Alexander Usyk. But you think that he'd want a couple of tune-ups if you go up there. I'd want a couple of tune-ups, for real. So, anyways, man, you guys tell me what you think of the matchup. Tell me how you think it would go. Leave your predictions. and why do you think will win? And yeah, man, that's it for tonight. So we've got 3 matchups for Ward. First off, Triple G versus Ward, Alexander Usyk against Ward, and now AJ and Joshua. How do you think it would go? I'm EJ Boxing Live, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.